Okay, so like the one guy, so you see they're looking to the east. The greatest deceptions, the greatest deceivers look to the east. So whenever you hear that song, to the east, my brother, to the east. To the east, my brother, to the east. And you're hearing that shit and you're thinking, wow, right on, man, power to the people and all this shit. No, they're saying worship the devil. Now worship, you know what I mean? So, whereas in this case, we're looking at more like the worship of devils in general. This is now it's just a practice that is happening that is provoking this grand deception that is only created by cherubs in general, because nobody else has any knowledge of how to do any of this kind of shit, like semi-automatic weapons, like swords and fucking big ass blades that shoot out and all kind of shit. Doesn't come from anything that those blue people really were, as far as like what we can gather. The as far as what we as far as what we can gather. Wow, hunter gatherers. Interesting. As far as what I have been gathering is that they are not those types of people. They're more tribal, like they have like bones in their noses and shit like that. And that's what they pretty much are. So they're not like a super advanced technological society like angels in the Most High. Okay, so with this being said, everybody sun gaze. Get the best out of life. Sun gaze. Somebody mentioned something about angels and said photosynthesis, something like that. And it immediately popped in my mind. Aang would be light, like Avatar, the cartoon series about the little boy. So Aang would be like light. Aang gels, like light cells. Very interesting. Very interesting. Interesting. So the sun always looks west, and the great deceivers look to the east, which would be Abraham Lincoln, your Al Sharpton, Martin Luther King, your and these deceivers got everybody chasing behind them. Yes, please, give me more of the poison Kool-Aid that tastes so sweet. These are the ones that really get it going. That's your Andrew Jackson. I killed the bank. No, you didn't. See what I mean? You could even put George Washington on that, but George Washington is on the quarter, so he's just like one of the most not so obvious, because they would all just be doing business as usual. But then you would have these wild cards that would pop up, like John F. Kennedy. All fake. That John F. Kennedy, I wouldn't be surprised if that was just CGI. I wouldn't even be surprised, because they actually have CGI for a matrix loop that will show you technological advancements before and after a Photoshop would be created in a matrix loop, which makes time in the creation of Photoshop completely elusive and non-meritable with the idea of time travel together. It's like none of that shit's real, so they've got Photoshop sitting somewhere, and they just created the Holocaust pictures and everything else, and you can look that stuff up, and they're showing it to us now at the last minute, but it's all fake. It's just a big world stage. I wouldn't be surprised if we go on the ground and turn a corner and people clapping down there. Oh, he beat the simulation. It's all over, folks. Now we've learned the meaning of life, and then all these babies come out and they're really like puppets or something, and then it's like something that even plays on the idea of your psychic intuition and still makes you feel like something's wrong, because psychics, they can't fucking foil this simulation. Like, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be fucking surprised at all. Like, if the creator is like, this is why I'm always smiling, because this shit is fake. I'd be like, what? Like, I'm just saying. Okay, so, yeah, this place is really interesting. What do you mean the devil's with the creator right now? Like, it's just, I'm just now seeing all this stuff right now. So it starts to draw questions. But to say the least, what I've seen and what I've gone through has given me the utmost of merit in my condition, my human condition. that I am perceiving right now that I know to be true as far as what I know. And there is a real problem in here as far as what I can tell. And we're here. So what is to be known? This is the first time we woke up in this matrix loop. Why? Because there is no end of it in the last matrix, which means if we're here right now, this is the one that we woke up in. If we're sun gazing and creating, and what I've come to find out is that every time this shit loops, we almost get there. We almost started sun gazing, but nah, and it walked right past the sun, and 99 red balloons go by. This whole shit is happening, and Mr. Cheeks is coming and going every day, just patient, just waiting. The maker's like, don't even sweat it. We got this. Patience, 10,000 years goes by, and someone finally starts sun gazing. Can you imagine? People, this generation, we are finally starting to get our senses that tells us that we need to do something a little bit more. We're starting to rise up on our own. And then once we get there, we find out that it wasn't a coincidence that you're really this or you're really that. They told me who I was, but who are you guys? It makes me wonder, like, are we like the super friends? It's like, it's Flash doesn't realize he's Flash. Is Jean Grey here? They don't realize that they're storming Jean Grey and Flash, and we're all just hanging out here. Because think about it. All of those situations happen in the place where there's cities and there's slavery and trouble. Not in the holiest of holies. These super people, they merge up in a place where there's turmoil. And an unbalanced society forms and reforms and shit like that. So who are you guys that are sun gazing? And you aren't doing it by coincidence. If you feel like, oh man, I got to keep sun gazing, something just telling me I got to get back out there. It's not a coincidence. So who are you? Most people, they just want to sit around and just do nothing because they don't have that destiny that says, hey, I got something that I need to do. You know, I got some unfinished business going on somewhere. I just don't know why. You know, that kind of thing going on. So who are you? What's going on? How to sum it up quick? You need to go to the sun to get the knowledge of the ages. You need to go to the sun so you can find out who you are, where you're from. You need to go to the sun so you can see these deceptions, because there's no book that's going to tell you. There's nobody that's going to teach you. There's nobody that's going to give a shit about you. There's nobody that's going to even tell you anything that's true. This is going to be the Mr. Cheeks stress reliever. So on the back, it's going to give you the benefits of sun gazing graven in, you know, and you'll be able to, this is just a little mount, but you'll be able to squeeze them whenever you're stressed out. And it's just kind of a reminder to tell you to stare into the sun and sun gaze regularly for vitality, stress relief, depression relief. Yeah, it is what it is. So it's coming together. I'm working on it, getting the likenesses down. Everything's wonderful, beautiful on this beautiful day. And tomorrow is going to be another day, another crack and holler. Get it? Another day, another dollar. Another day, another crack and holler. To rise up from the lowest depths of squalor, to raise up to the highest ranks of honor, to, hold up, let's see if I can do it again. Nah, no bother. Ugh! Welcome to Grimnasty TV, over and out. And as always, stay tuned for more. Because when you get awake, you start looking at Mr. Cheeks.